Thomas was a cheeky little engine. He had a bright blue coat, red stripes, and 6 small wheels. Every day he puffed busily around the island of Sodor. Thomas loved his job. He took passengers to and fro. He carried mail bags and parcels. Thomas felt important. Peep, peep, he whistled cheerfully to everyone he met. One sunny morning, Thomas was bringing his passengers to the station. They were going to the seaside. Thomas was excited. He wanted to get to the station quickly. Hurry, hurry! He puffed to his coaches. Thomas often saw the bigger engines on his journey. They were always busy, bustling about with their important jobs. And Thomas couldn't help but admire them. There was Henry with his long tender, always looking so strong and reliable. James with his shiny red coat gleaming in the sunlight as he proudly pulled his coaches. And Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of all, who always seemed to be on the most important missions. Thomas thought they were grand and important. He admired their strength and the way they carried themselves with such dignity, but sometimes he wished he could be just as big and strong. He dreamed of the day when he could pull long trains and be admired by others. One day, Thomas saw Gordon pulling the express train. It was a sight to behold, with Gordon looking so majestic and powerful. Gordon was puffing importantly along the main line, his steam billowing and his whistle blowing proudly.
"Look at me," puffed Thomas as he sped past Gordon's carriages. "I'm faster than you." He felt a surge of excitement and pride.
Gordon was surprised. He had never seen Thomas in such a hurry before. It was quite a sight. He had never seen Thomas in such a hurry. Gordon chuckled to himself, amused by the little engine's enthusiasm.
Silly little Thomas, he thought, but deep down he admired Thomas's spirit and determination.
Thomas was so busy feeling pleased with himself that he didn't see the signal ahead. It was red. He had been daydreaming about his recent adventures and how everyone praised him for his hard work. The signal was right there, but Thomas was lost in his thoughts. By the time Thomas saw it, it was too late. He panicked and tried to react quickly, but the distance was too short. He slammed on his brakes, but he couldn't stop in time. The wheels screeched loudly, and sparks flew as he tried to halt.
"Oh no," cried Thomas. His heart raced as he realized the gravity of the situation. He had stopped right in front of Gordon's train. The massive engine loomed behind him, and Thomas could feel the tension in the air.
Gordon had to brake hard to avoid an accident. He was not happy. The sudden stop made his carriages jolt, and passengers were thrown off balance.
"Thomas!" he boomed. His voice echoed through the station, filled with frustration and concern. "Pay attention to the signals!" Gordon's stern expression made it clear he was serious. "You could have caused a serious accident." The near miss was a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance.
Thomas felt very silly. He realized his mistake and the potential danger he had put everyone in. He knew Gordon was right. This was a valuable lesson for him.
"Sorry, Gordon," he mumbled. Thomas promised himself to be more careful in the future.
Gordon saw that Thomas was truly sorry. Thomas had been rushing around trying to prove he was the fastest engine on Sodor, but in his haste he had caused confusion and delay. Gordon, being the wise and experienced engine, knew that Thomas needed to understand the importance of working together.
"Look, Thomas," he said kindly, "we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. It's not about who is the fastest or the strongest. It's about how we can help each other and make the railway run smoothly. We all have important jobs to do on Sodor. Each one of us plays a crucial role in keeping everything on track. Whether it's pulling heavy loads, transporting passengers, or delivering goods, every task is essential. We need to work together to make sure everything runs smoothly. When we cooperate and support each other, we can overcome any challenge that comes our way."
Thomas realized that Gordon was right. He had been so focused on proving himself that he had forgotten the importance of teamwork. It wasn't about being the fastest or the biggest. It wasn't about being the fastest or the biggest. It was about being a team. Each engine had its own unique abilities, and together they could achieve great things. It was about being a team. Thomas felt a newfound sense of purpose. He wanted to be a really useful engine, not just for himself, but for everyone on Sodor.
"You're right, Gordon," said Thomas. "I'll try my best to be more careful and considerate. I want to help and be a part of the team. I'll try my best to be more careful." From that day on, Thomas made a conscious effort to think about the other engines and how he could support them.
From that day on, Thomas was a changed engine. He still had his cheeky personality, but he always remembered Gordon's words and the importance of teamwork. He was still cheeky, but he always remembered Gordon's words. He worked hard and was always ready to help the other engines. He found joy in being part of a team and contributing to the smooth running of the railway. He worked hard and was always ready to help the other engines. Thomas learned that being a really useful engine meant being responsible and working together. It was a lesson he would carry with him forever. Thomas learned that being a really useful engine meant being responsible and working together. And so the engines of Sodor continued to work in harmony, knowing that teamwork truly makes the dream work.